Hello again, brothers and sisters. Jack Talcott here with more chats with Jack. Today, I want to talk about, well, it's a number of things. It's more documentation of me, my experience, more documentation and evidence, my efforts to try and help and connect with others. And today, it's more evidence of me. I was hoping to return to the internet platform under different conditions. Um, But you know what? Evidence of me. I am persistent. I do not quit. I will keep going no matter the conditions this world throws at me. You know, I've really learned to seize the day, seize the opportunity, embrace that which life has brought to me. Golly geez, man, life is pretty cool, man. Once you stop and think about it, once you learn from the past and get clarity on your future, life is pretty cool, man. I was thinking about time a lot lately, how I spend my time, what is the best investment of my time, my energy, my resources, because my resources are limited. My limited resources are what prevented me from trying to communicate with you, whoever you are, online. But I was able to find a someone willing to invest in what they saw in me, donation, whatever. The generosity of others allows me to keep going, gives me hope that I might make some changes before. Well, there's others who have plans for my future that I don't agree with, such as taking my home and the other things like that. But collectively, we're all facing a future that is quite uncertain. There's a lot of dark news. There's a lot of dark news in the news today, and a lot of dark predictions about what is to come. So let's talk about time. Time is an incredible concept, right? If you think about the concept of past, present, and future, think about those concepts. As time progresses on, the past, it disappears, it fades away. The past no longer exists until such time as it is recalled, remembered, or rediscovered. The past is done. Now the future starts being revealed for us, through us, right now. Right now is when the future begins for us, right? We don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. We honestly don't even know if we're going to make it back to bed safely at the end of the day. We take a lot of stuff for granted. And in taking things for granted in our selfish, narrow focused, egoistic life that this society has conditioned us with, we lose track of time. I know I spent a lot of life worrying about the schedules others had created for me and the schedules I had agreed to. I was so focused on plans and following the rules and what the rules might be and what other people might think of me that holy crap, I lived my life in my head. I see a lot of people alive today doing that. You will turn on the media, turn on the news, it's a bunch of people just talking about people, missing out on what the real stories are. The real stories are change. The real stories are chaos, our suffering, our triumph. They are stories. Everyone is living some incredible stories these days. And I don't know who you are. I don't know who's tuning in or who might be. But hey, for those who do, I am going to drop the link. I may or may not include guests today, but regarding the past, if you're anything like me, which I think that you are, I mean, there's some divine connection that brings similar energies and similar thought patterns together, and that's what we are. We are thought patterns and vibrational energies coexisting, navigating through this complex dynamic of change. Hello, my
How are
brother.
you, Jack?
I'm blessed. May I finish this thought? Because I think it
Absolutely,
might,
sir.
regardless of who we are, I know my past, and I've said it myself, and many others of who I've spoken to can say it with honesty as well. I shouldn't be here. Okay? I shouldn't be alive today. I shouldn't be in the spirits that I am. I shouldn't be here, but I am. And Paul, I've heard some of your stories. Welcome, brother. God bless. I've heard some of your stories. It's lucky for you to be
You as
here.
well.
God bless. I'm grateful the history made men like both of us. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, lucky is a subjective perspective, right? I mean, but I'll accept that. There's a lot more going on here than I guess one would want to conceive of, for many different reasons.
Brother, that's what I've been learning. This life is far more complex and far more bizarre, mysterious, magical. It's far more than what our minds want to accept. And that's where I figured out, hey, Paul, here's where we're at. You know the state of the world, the obedience, the way people are living. They're doing things the best way they know how. But the thing is, they've convinced themselves for less. That's what I did. My beliefs held me back. And false comfort creates quite a bit of discomfort for everyone, man. That's what I've learned.
So, Jack, how did you get the internet back?
I received a donation or an investment. I did speak to a couple of people about investing in the brand of Live Without Fear and me. So I'm still seeking investors. I'm still seeking people willing to share their talents and skills. I've tried hiring people to help me build my websites and stuff, but man, when people focus on money, they don't give a shit about
what would you show? Yeah, but that's the thing. I was just going to ask. An investment is usually something where folks see a promising return, right? Now, I'm not saying folks should invest in you as a being, right? Some kind of seed money to, restore your faith, so to speak, in this dynamic. But ultimately, it's like, do you invest in yourself with your time, energy, attention, and actionability, right? Responsibility. I think that's because, again, we're back to God helps those who help themselves. So I'm not down on folks helping you out. I'm just concerned the more folks help you, the less you help yourself truly on a ground level.
I understand that perception. And here, I don't want to take away from what you were saying, but this cracks me up, dude. That's my image and my name, dude.
Wait a second. Is this real? Are you really you, or?
I think I'm really me, but I don't know, dude. I'm not chatting.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of like throws everyone off because you're you, but you're not you because you are down there. So, yeah, I'm not too sure what to make of that.
Dude, Paul, this is what I mean, man. Somehow, some way, this is apparently my life. I've got imposters and impersonators out there.
Is it possible that person really doubt? Is it possible that person down there really is you and you are not you at all?
We are all one, right? We're all just playing different characters.
Do you feel more like you now than when you first got here?
Today or in life?
No, right now, since you first got here. Do you feel more like you now than when you first got here?
I've
I'm
been
doing a
feeling,
Dave rap now. This is what he gives on everybody.
I've been feeling like me, man. Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to understand where he was going with that, but I think what that was trying to bring the mind into the present. I did see whatever he said there. But Paul, seriously, man, if this is real, what if there was a way to use connections and knowledge to build communities, and with the communities we overpower the oppression and the corruption? That's what I think is possible. And
Right.
that's what I think is
I
real.
thought that I was doing that.
I thought you were too, my brother, but you've got a way of you pick fights, man. You get I don't want to say what you do, but I see reactions from many. I pointed out to you, Paul, you trigger the human egos. I do too. The truth does that. We're just the messengers, brother.
What's up, Christos?
Yeah, welcome, Christos.
Yo, Jack, have you ever tried DMT?
I tried it.
Allegedly?
I tried it once or twice. Twice, I think. Very fascinating, dude. That was like, holy shit. Um,
Oh, good. Awesome. You have.
Whoa, Ian's down in chat insulting Christos.
I've been trying to talk to Ian as well.
That's not vibing high, man. That's not high vibing, Jack.
Hey, Paul, I agree. Not to single anyone out, but I think that's why Ian threw me off his panel the other night, was because of my faith in you. And so, Paul, we're part of something big. This time of humanity, this time of history, brother, there is something big and magical going on, and I'm trying to figure it out. But these people, man, these people amongst us.
So go ahead, Ian. Come on up, and we'll all have a conversation. If
as a matter of
that's
fact,
really
please.
you, Ian, and not the alternate, come on up and let's have a conversation. Why wouldn't we do that?
Absolutely, please do, Ian. I mean, this
All right,
is the
Lou.
way to build community, is through communication. I don't see any bad people that I've come
Right.
across.
So, Ian, you say we got a lag, Talcott. You got a lag.
I very well may. I'm sorry. Ian, you know what? Not to name names, for all. We all call it like we see it. Okay? But how do we know we've asked enough questions? How do we know we've considered all the perspectives, or enough perspectives? How do we know enough to start disparaging someone just for coming up on a panel? Because I think that's where that started, right? Disparaging Christos for showing up for the company he's keeping with us.
I genuinely like you, Jack. I know I've given you some crap here the past couple of weeks, but like, I actually do like your energy, man. I know you have a genuine heart as well. So
I know. Thank you,
The point
brother.
is, they're already owned from the inside because they. Sorry, that fucking lag is terrible. I don't know what we're gonna do with this.
Brother, I'm comfortable. I think I shared. Well, I didn't talk about the future. I talked about the past, a little bit of the present. Well, and we talked about the future a little bit. I'm happy. Are you more comfortable on your platform, Paul? I'm happy returning there or wherever. I'm just hanging out today right now, and my free StreamYard limit is coming up anyway. So I got to be mindful of that as well.
I mean, I'd like to have an interaction with Ian and Christos and you. I'd
I
like to
would
get down
too.
to something instead of him acting like a bitch and a hoe. You don't
I
have to
would.
go everywhere where you're liked and respected in order to have a respectful conversation. Why is it you folks are unable to go where you're challenged and triggered and just come up and talk about what you think and feel instead of having to block everybody like a hoe and being your own echo chamber? It's not reality.
Can
And
I?
all it does is prove that you motherfuckers are weak in your foundation. Because if you weren't, you'd be like me and go anywhere and take on everybody and not be faltering and insecure and wavering and looking all around the room. I look straight ahead. I'll take 6 people at once. I don't hide and run. You're insecure, man. Nothing you
You're,
say is going to change that power dynamic inside yourself.
Paul, you are. You're very confident and comfortable, and not to speak for others, but it is difficult to have a conversation on your platform because of some of the other. I'm going to call it Lou. Lou is one of the one that constantly interrupts me, man. And then not, there's several. Brother, I encourage too. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to see Ian and you talk because there's misunderstandings. And honestly, brother, hey, I'm going to call it like it is. I don't know everybody's skills or talents. I only know the little bit I've seen, and I just recently met Ian and Christos and many of these others. I find more familiarity with you, Paul, you and Z, surprisingly. But what if there was production talents there? What if there was already connections made through people like Jeffrey and others? And what if we build a community and build the purpose of finding a way to change this world, man?
I'm open to that, but I'm not going to do it in order to get money, attention, fame, or change the world. I'm open to that when folks resonate with me and can be equally yoked as far as I perceive with a faith-based system and an understanding of self in the world. Now, I may have a set of conditions that may not be able to be met by others, in which case that's going to be a me problem, right? But again, if nobody can rebut what I'm saying and nobody can overwrite what I'm saying and nobody is willing to concede to what I'm saying, not because I'm saying it, but because it's true, then there's really nowhere to go with this, right? It's like I can't go anywhere with anyone who doesn't know themselves completely and what they're not and isn't willing to quote unquote die for what they know to be true. I can't be in a community with folks who aren't willing to give everything up to be given everything back. If I do, it will present a liability to me and them, right? For different reasons. So again, I'm open to that, but it has to happen organically. It can't happen because we all want a community and a family we never had, and we're going to make it happen at the expense of ourselves and each other because it's not going to work.
Brother, I agree with pretty much everything you say. And here, my name is Jack Talcott. I'd like you to meet me, and I'd like to meet you. I'm a man who's prepared to die for truth. I've already sacrificed much, and now I focus on growing. Now, your standards.
But I can't accept that, and I told you what my condition is.
But this is where you just said it, Paul, and I'm asking you to consider your standards of me and others have caused you problems and caused problems for others. It's your standards that other people
I think they cause me solutions. I think I've been shown solutions which could be solutions for others, but folks don't want to accept that it's not the dynamic they see. It's the dynamic I'm telling you, that I have solutions to all my problems on all levels. I've shown that I have the results. For folks who can't show that and don't have the results, they can't say that. So it's caused them problems, not me. It's caused me to find solutions, which is why I don't have to live on slave tax government funds, right? And we go back to that thing, not to pick on you, but it's one linchpin that for my standard with anybody, including the guy sitting next to me who just went to jail, he's battle tested. He's willing to give his life. He goes to jail over and over, but he still, on some level, wants to live off of the B system pension every month. It's not acceptable. You can't tell me you're willing to die on all levels, you're spiritually free on all levels, and still need them to take care of you.
Well,
it's just where I sit, right? You have
right.
to give everything up to be given everything back. That means you may not know where you go tomorrow, where you eat, but that's what it takes.
I'm sorry you can't accept I'm already in that reality without that tiny little. You're letting the fact that I receive $300 a month, which is not enough to survive on, not enough to do shit with, but you're letting that fact hold you back from having respect for a man like me. And I'm telling you, that's a foolish standard for you to hold. Because the past brought us to today. The result.
Well, I don't believe so because I don't believe so because I believe that you're letting $300 a month stand in the way of you and true spiritual freedom and co-creation.
What if I'm not? What if it's just something that, I receive in the world what the world allows me to receive, and I'm not going to self-sabotage myself worse. I'm not going to knowingly self-sabotage myself just for the opinions of someone else.
This is the point, is that you think self is body. I think self is spirit. That's not self-sabotage. That's self-respect. My spirit says that I didn't take stimulus money because I'm not going to disrespect myself and the spirit, even if it causes my body a hardship. I'm not taking your beast blood money, plantation system pimping and macking. I'm not taking it.
Right. But brother, you've pushed me away because you pushed that away. And I've not pushed you away. Do you feel pushed away? Considering the conversations have not been about what I know, but about the opinions about me. That's the conversations I've been having most of.
It's not about what you know. It's about who you are.
Right. And I am
who we are day to day, how we live.
And this is the point too. I'm not a slave to that disability. I'm not a slave to anything. I am me. I am that I am at this point and time. I was who I was, and I will become that which I become. I am one with now. From this perspective of this biological organism, I am part of now, as are you, as are we all. There's less divisions amongst us.
None of that changes the fact that none of that changes the fact that on some level you believe about yourself that you need to get something from them in order to be your best self. And I don't accept that. That's a limitation, not an opportunity.
Brother, if I received support from anywhere else on this world or in this reality or in this time, if I received support, I would willingly, gladly discontinue and even return. I don't give a damn about
right. That's not how that works, Jack. That's not how that works. If someone else anywhere would just be my daddy, then I won't let the beast system.
Not daddy.
That's not how that works. And furthermore, you already did get support. You already got support, Jack. You had somebody pay your fucking internet bill instead of letting you figure out how to do it yourself.
Right,
so
brother.
This is part of your problem, is you want everyone else to be responsible for you.
Paul, let's get out of the past. We're here now. Yes, those things happen. But you think I did that because I want a daddy. I want someone to be my sugar daddy and pay my bills. Is that the fucking words I'm saying?
You're entitled to a home. What world do you live in where you're entitled to outfits, entitled to a fireplace, entitled to a home, entitled to services, entitled to products, and don't have to do anything to get that? You think you're like a swami or something? People are gonna come up to you. They do that with me, and I don't even feel
narrative that has nothing to do with me, brother. You're not. That's not what I say whatsoever, dude. So you know what? Hey, I'm gonna limit my time.
Okay, so how do you get it other than relying on the?
I was gonna suggest we go to your platform. Is that okay?
How do you get it any other way? Yeah,
the laws of exchange. The
We
laws
got
of
a leg.
yeah, let's go over there. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to do a final wrap and okay. Thank you both for joining. God bless. For those who tuned in, please, thank you. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Time is that which is our gift. Time is the most precious commodity we have, and it's the one we so often overlook and take for granted. This is our lifetime to live, to grow into you, to discover what you might become, and to find the world. You could spend a lifetime, you could spend 1,000 lifetimes learning the knowledge that is available for us to learn. We have the communications, we have the technology available today. We've overcome the paradigms of space and time so that we can share time together. We can share experience together and knowledge. And knowledge, my brothers and sisters, that which fills us with the truth and the knowledge within us is what gives us the confidence. And so be confident in being you. And in the peace of being you, as one with the moment. Find that gratitude, find the praise, find the joy, and enjoy this adventure as you discover you. In the past, the present, the future, and always right now. God bless. Peace for everyone, and choose to live without fear.